And this was how I was going to conclude. I'm going to come to my conclusion. When did we say that Huzur Ghaus Pak was born? Anyone remember? Which year? 470 Hijri, right? So roughly, he was born 470 years or so after the nuzul of the Quran. Right? After the Quran was revealed, Huzur Ghaus Pak was born roughly 470 years after. Now those who oppose us and they say, why do you love Huzur Ghaus Pak so much? Why do you love Huzur Ghaus Pak so much? Gyanwi Sharif kyun manate ho? Why do you put so much emphasis on him? Ghaus Pak ka to koi tazkira bhi nahi hai Quran aur Hadith mein. Hai. Huzur Ghaus Pak radiyallahu ta'ala ka tazkira Quran Sharif mein. And this is, the ulama here, this is a big claim. I heard this from my own Shaykh, Khalifa Mufti Azam Hind, Shaykh Abdul Hadi, Qadri, Razvi, Noori. Ghaus Pak radiyallahu ta'ala is mentioned in the Quran. You know, the Quran Sharif is we're not like Christians, right? That pick and choose different parts of the Bible for different certain times. We believe that the Quran can last the test of time. It does last the test of time. It's a guidance for all of mankind for all times. But there are some ayat that are clear, and the meaning of them are clear straight away. But some ayat manifest themselves at different times. Right? Not all of the Quran becomes clear to us all the time. Right? And there are some ayat that require some thinking and investigation. Okay? So we have to bear this in mind. But I'm going to show you today where Huzur Ghaus Pak is mentioned in the Quran. It's going to be so clear to you, it'll be so clear that even a blind man will be able to see it. Inshallah. So let's do some investigation. You know, I came from a family where, as a child, at any surprise, if I had a fall, anything, my mother would say, Ya Ghaus Pak, Ya Ghaus Pak. You know, as Sunnis, this is our belief that the name, the wazifa of Huzur Ghaus Pak alleviates all difficulties. This is why I say, Imdad kun, az bande gham azad kun, kar deen o dunya shad kun, ya Ghaus Azam, istaqim. And alhamdulillah, through the name of Huzur Ghaus Pak, Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, all our difficulties can be alleviated. So there must be a mention of him somewhere in the Quran, right? Right? Inshallah, I will open a window for you today. And as you peek through this window, you will see the Gumbad of my Ghaus Pak. When you pick up the Quran Sharif and you open this ayah we're going to go to, you will see the Gumbad of Huzur Ghaus Pak. Huzur Ghaus Pak ki nisbat se hum kya banate hain? What do we commemorate? Gyanwi Sharif. Gyanwi Sharif, 11. Hum 11 wale hain. We are, alhamdulillah, the people of 11. And the symbol of those people who love Huzur Ghaus Pak is what? The number 11. Why? Because he passed away on the 11th of Rabiul Akhir, Rabiul Thani. And as the lovers say, Rabiul Ghaus. Right? And those who love him, they make ihtimam, they make arrangement to do Gyanwi Sharif every month. So we are 11 wale. Right? We are also 12 wale. Yeah, we are ones of 11 and we are ones of 12. And the amazing thing about this is that if 12 par jana hai, to 11 se jana padta hai. If you want to go to 12, you have to go through 11. Jab tak 11 nahi bachte, 12 nahi bachte. Right? So hum kya hai? 11 wale or 12 wale. And sometimes you should talk to the Quran. Sometimes you should talk to the Quran. The Quran will speak back to you. Right? Many cases you might have some difficulty. You might have some challenge. Open up a page of the Quran. And I testify that you will find an ayat of the Quran that will be able to alleviate your difficulty. So, we pick up the Quran. Right? And with a lot of adab, we say to the Quran that do you have the mention of Huzur Ghaus Pak, Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani within you? And the Quran, if you ask this, the Quran would say, Wah, kya baat hai? There is. Just have a look. But Quran, we have a condition. Hum hai, kya hai? 11 wale. Right? If you're going to show me Huzur Ghaus Pak in the Quran, it has to be linked to the number 11. Okay? So what do? We will open, the Quran Sharif tells us, open the 11th Sipara. The 11th Sipara. So we open the 11th Sipara. Okay? Khol I've opened it. Now Quran Sharif, we're humans. Guide me a bit more. Where within your secrets is the secret of Huzur Ghaus Pak hidden? Show me. And the Quran Sharif is split between as what? Siparas and rukus. Right? So we've opened the 11th Sipara. Let's go to the 11th ruku within the 11th Sipara. Acha, mil gaya. Found it. But within this ruku, there's many ayat. Quran Sharif, guide us a bit more. Where am I looking? Theek hai. The Quran Sharif, it tells us, within the 11th ruku of the 11th Sipara, find an ayat that has 11 words. Theek hai? Let's find it. Acha. Which is this ayat? Many of you already know it. It's Ala inna awliya Allah ila khawfun alayhim wa la hum yahzanun. Allahu Akbar. This ayat is always recited, when it comes to the tazkirah of the awliya kiram. Right? That indeed the awliya of Allah have no fear and they have no grief. But if the awliya kiram do not have any fear or any grief, they only have that. Why? Because they have drank from the fountain, from the cup of the fountain of Huzur Ghaus Pak. If this ayat is referring to the awliya kiram, first and foremost, this ayat is referring to who? Huzur Ghaus Pak radiyallahu ta'ala. And as I said, my dawah was that even if you're blind, you will see, even a blind man can see this. That the ayat with the 11 words of the 11th ruku of the 11th sipara is the tazkirah of Huzur Ghaus Pak rahmatullahi ta'ala in the Quran Sharif. Allahu Akbar. May Allah